Today we're going to be unboxing the Cetus X FPV Kit from BetaFPV. This drone is based on beginners that want to start flying but don't want to spend a fortune on all the expensive gear and hop right into the deep end and they don't even know if they like it. Currently in the recording of this video, the drone is listed at $309 USD or $413 Canadian, and that isn't any sale price, which BetaFPV tends to run a lot of sales on their products. You can also check out other third-party sites like AliExpress, and they also tend to run sales quite frequently. So let's open up this box and check out what we got.
Opening up the box, here we have a nice soft shell case, and in that case comes everything you need to get flying all packed away neatly. This case is a nice addition, allowing for easy transportation of all of your equipment. It's nice not trying to stuff all of your FPV gear into a bag and potentially ruining something. Inside of this pouch here comes with 4 550 mAh 1-cell batteries. The drone takes 2 of them at once, so you get 2 full flights after all the batteries are charged up. BetaFPV claims they can do 6 minutes and 40 seconds of flight time. I'm not sure if that's just hover time or light flying, but we'll find out soon. When it comes to charging these batteries, they give you this cool little battery charger and tester built into it. You can plug your batteries in and check what the voltage is before you fly, which is another feature that I really like about this kit. It comes with extra GemFan propellers, one of the leading propeller companies in the FPV world, so it's nice seeing them using high quality parts on this drone. We also have some extra screws and a screwdriver to let you work on the drone if you do break it apart and have to do a repair. I have to say, everything on this drone is pretty easy to take apart and it is really beginner friendly. Moving on to the controller in this kit comes a very nice BetaFPV Lite Radio 3. It comes in 2 versions, the Cetus FC version and the BetaFlight FC version. And I'll talk a little bit more on what that means later in this video, but the controller itself fits in the hands very nicely and it has a good weight and overall feels very high quality. To turn the controller on, all you do is hold the middle button for a few seconds and it'll bind to the drone automatically. A feature on this controller that I really like is you can plug it into the computer and use it in the simulator. To connect it, first make sure you plug in the USB and then turn the controller on. This is great for beginner pilots to practice without having to fly and risk any drones and wait for batteries to charge. Moving on to the goggles in the kit, we have the VRO3 FPV goggles, and I'll say these are decent. They definitely aren't the best, but at this price point, you really can't complain. They have a 4.3-inch mirrored screen at 800 by 480 resolution. They have built-in antennas that will give you range that will allow you to fly comfortably indoors and outdoors. This drone kit really isn't designed for long-range flights, so the antennas will get the job done. Wearing them, I will say they are super lightweight and surprisingly comfortable, so that is a bonus. On the side here, there's a power button, you just switch it to turn it on. Then we have the search button to search all the different channels, a manual channel button, and a band button to change what channel you're flying on to maximize your performance. They also have an SD slot on the side to record your footage. This is an analog drone, so you're not going to get high quality cinematic footage by any means, but it is still cool to have that option to record your flights and look back on them or share them with your friends and family. To record on the Cetus, you just press the red button on the top for a few seconds, and then the recording symbol will pop up in the left corner in the goggles. And now we have the drone itself. But before we dive into this thing, let's talk about the Cetus FC and the BetaFlight FC version. The Cetus FC is the one that I opted for, since it offers position hold and seems more like a true beginner-friendly option. It has normal mode, which holds the position and keeps the drone level as you're going forward, a sport mode that allows you to go up and down while keeping the drone level, and then the full acro mode, which allows the drone to go in any direction, like rolling and flipping. On top of all these modes, you have slow, medium, and fast options that will apply to the setting that you're flying in. Then, the BetaFlight FC has all these options except for normal mode that holds your position height. They are also called different names in the BetaFlight FC, and that's kind of like the standard names for FPV flying. They're angle mode, horizon mode, and air or acro mode. Another thing to note is the Cetus FC drone only works with a Cetus FC controller, while the BetaFlight FC can connect to any controller that has ELRS in it. So if you already have an ELRS controller, you can bind it to the drone. This drone is tiny, weighing in only 55 grams, which makes it great for flying indoors. It has prop guards on it, so you don't have to worry too much about damaging anything or anyone. The frame is super durable and it can take a hit without too much damage being done to the drone. I've crashed into many walls, hit ceiling fans, crashed out of the air about 50 feet, and still doesn't affect the drone at all. The camera on the drone is a Cetus X FPV analog camera that has a wide angle of 160 degrees that lets you see everything in front of you. The camera angle can tilt easily from 0 to 40 degrees by just pressing on the front of the camera to adjust to your flying style. I find that if I'm going full speed in sport mode, I'll put it about 40 degrees, especially when I'm outside, and then when I'm indoors, I like to keep it around 0 to 15. But let's get this drone powered up, connected to the goggles, and do a quick indoor flight test. Okay, so now it's time to fly this thing. To record your video, you get a micro SD card and plug it into the side of the goggles, like we said earlier in the video. Switch the goggles on, they're gonna light up. We're gonna turn the controller on by holding the middle button, plug in the last battery here in the drone, then everything should just bind automatically. Everything's binded here, we can get the video transmission feed from the drone. Let's get to flying here. So to record your flight, all you do is you click the little red record button on the top of the goggles there, you'll get a little indicator at the top left, and you're recording. Oh, geez. But you see what I mean? You can kind of like whip this drone around and not be too afraid of it. It's going a little bit too fast there. We are in slow mode too, so Let's just take it a little bit slower now. There we are. There's the camera there. Flying right over top. Try to go in front of the camera here. Disarmed. That's so much fun. Flying indoors, that's crazy. Just flying it right around my head, did not care at all, because if that little thing hits me, it's not gonna do anything. Wow, I love this drone. This drone's actually a lot of fun. Oh, right into the wall. Let's try to arm it down here. There we go. There's us again. Right over top. There we go, right through the middle there. Disarmed. This little drone is so fun to fly indoors, like it's rainy, cold, wet outside. No one wants to be flying big drones out there in that weather. This is perfect for flying indoors, or if you're a beginner looking to get into the hobby, this drone's for you. We're gonna be posting every week on this YouTube channel in 2025, so make sure you subscribe and follow my other socials at FPV Evan as well, and we'll catch you in the next one.